Afternoon, I'm Max Brantley with the Arkansas Times with news headlines from Arkansas today on our website, the Arkansas blog. The big news doesn't happen until tonight. Second round of the U.S. Senate debates between Mark Pryor, the incumbent, and Republican challenger Tom Cotton. I think I said yesterday quite a bit about the A10 debate. I think on balance, Mark Pryor probably won the debate by putting forward a somewhat more human figure than Tom Cotton's robotic anti-Obama message. It'll be interesting tonight to see if Cotton sticks with that programmed approach or if he tones it down a little bit and goes a little bit more human direction. There'll be no third-party candidates tonight. That's a good thing. It really interrupted the flow of the back and forth that you can get between the two primary challengers when you had to follow this rote assignment of 4 different candidates getting responses to every question. Debates also underway this afternoon as I record this in the 4th Congressional District. A rare opportunity for James Lee Witt and Bruce Westerman to get some media exposure in the big 4th District, which covers a giant geographic region and doesn't have a lot of media. There are really strong differences between these two candidates. James Lee Witt's a populist Democrat. Bruce Westerman is an extremely conservative Republican. He opened by talking about the liberals and President Obama. James Lee Witt talked about how he supported the Farm Bill and food stamp spending, supported a path to citizenship for immigrants. These are things that Bruce Westerman doesn't share his views on. Sharp choices, interesting candidates. Also on the political front today, more noise in the Attorney General's race, which is really shaping up as one of the hottest races of the fall. Leslie Rutledge, the Republican nominee, had a really damaging interview last night with Channel 4029 in which they pressed her about her circulation of a racist email and also about her refusal to release her employment records at DHS, where her supervisor said she couldn't be rehired because of gross misconduct. Rutledge's answers were virtually non-existent, a very poor performance. The Republican Party stepped in today to help by saying they were going to file a lawsuit against Nate Steele, the Democratic nominee, for being paid to do city attorney work for the city of Nashville. They contend this is unconstitutional dual office holding. I believe Nate Steele's response is going to be that he's not an appointed city attorney, that he does contract city work. Whether that's a sufficient legal difference, I don't know yet. A court's going to have to decide. This case won't go to court until after the election's over. This is really about electioneering, not so much about the law. Nate Steele has been getting these payments for 3 years. Suddenly, a month before the election, Republicans think it's an important thing to talk about. Also on politics, Bill Clinton is coming back. He made a tour of the state a few weeks ago. He's going to be back next weekend in a number of Arkansas cities, again trying to pump the Democratic turnout, which is the big hope for holding on to some Democratic seats in Arkansas. Elsewhere, interesting report today from the UCLA School of Law, it's Williams Institute. They say that if Arkansas would just legalize same-sex marriage, it would really be great for the economy. $13 million in benefits from marriages and tourism. There's a reason to support same-sex marriage. Good old money. Sometimes that works in Arkansas. Speaking of money and development, I talked today to a property owner whose property is being considered by Costco, the national retail wholesale chain, that's looking at Little Rock, but has targeted some residential neighborhood at the corner of Canfor Road and I-430. This property owner is not in a mood to sell to Costco, so there could be a wrinkle in that project, which I already predicted probably would face some neighborhood opposition. Finally, you watch this in part so that we can get you to go to our website and read other things in the Arkansas Times. I urge you to go to arctimes.com and take a look, not just at the blog for today's news, but other news of interest. The Arkansas Times is going to start a monthly film series next week at the Ron Robinson Theater of the Library. Judge Reinhold is going to be in talking about Beverly Hills Cops. And also, there's just a rave review about a hot new pizza joint joint is an unfair word. It's a Neapolitan pizzeria in the Heights, Santa Lucia, and our reviewer says it's as good as you can find anywhere. That's all I got today. Max Brantley, I'll be back tomorrow.